Hi, Gemini. Sorry, fixing your sound. There we go. Had to turn sound up. Welcome, Gemini, to your December 2016 reading. Um, you guys just blew out of the water with views last month, so thank you. This month. This is still November. This is for December, though. So thank you so much. And it's not really what I base on what I'm going to do next reading, but when I'm kind of stuck on what sign I want to do next, then I will glance at the views. So thank you so much. Your ruling planet, Mercury, is in retrograde. For Gemini, and you guys know I'm Gemini Moon. That can be difficult because that's a period where we got to keep our what's the word? Discernment. We gotta watch our tongue. This is a time when we can say things, do things, text things, email things, post things that we almost immediately wish that we could take back, but you can't. So, keep that in mind. Mercury retrograde, it goes direct, I believe, December 6th. But, you still got the shadow period, so, this is a good time to think about what I'm about to send. What's it going to benefit? My ego for 5 minutes? So, because it just feels like the kind of energy where you can't win the battle. Nobody wins the battle, right? Nobody wins the battle, and it's just a bunch of ugly, unnecessary words just like penetrating the atmosphere now because none of us could control our tongue, our ego, right? Because that's where it comes from. So, it's just be aware. That's what I think. Be aware and read it twice before you send it. Maybe at different time periods too. Okay, guys. This is good for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising, always. Those intuitively guided, always. Those who are here because they love a Gemini, and how could you not? Welcome. For those who just said, let me tell you why I don't love a Gemini, welcome. Because I know you're here. Okay, anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get into your reading, okay? So we just had the full moon in Gemini, and we're moving towards the Cancer full moon, so, think about that, the difference between Gemini and Cancer. It's really emotions, so, and other things, but, okay. Stop talking, Sandy. Okay, so we're going to begin. Go ahead and clear your mind as I need to. And let's begin. One more. Beautiful. Okay. Gemini, I decided to do a romance angel also. I did one for Sagittarius, hang on a second, but I did theirs at the end, and I feel like I want to do yours at the beginning. And because I feel urged to use the romance angels, I'm sure this is going to be talking about love. So release the outcome. We have a beautiful beam of light going right down the middle of the desk. Quite beautiful. Quite beautiful. Okay. You know, I think where another danger may lie this month is to be careful not to judge people, judge the way someone does something different than the way you do it. Everybody has their coping mechanism. You know, because the reality is there is no wrong and there is no right, right? It's each's perspective. I feel like I may be talking about religion versus spirituality. And I feel like I'm saying this because, you know, judging would only, they're only going to frown upon what it is you believe. So let's say you're spiritual and they're more to the structure of religion. And you criticize their religion or you criticize their choices. It doesn't make your side look better, right? Because spirituality evidently also bursts the same type of energy, criticism and judgment. I don't feel like I'm talking about extreme religion, by the way, because I don't know that I would have the same advice. Anyway, that message is out there where it needs to be, and hopefully it floats to the right people. Okay. Yeah, put my feet on the floor. So, you think I'm being asked to have patience? I was just saying in my head, I'm just going to keep shuffling. Until you give me a card, I'm just going to keep shuffling. As soon as I said that, oh man, pay attention to the red flags. Damn it. I should have listened to my intuition and stopped shuffling. But nonetheless, here it is. This doesn't have to necessarily be a bad card. It can certainly be a warning of something you're thinking of doing, and you're questioning it. It doesn't always mean no, don't do it, but just know what you're getting into. I always feel like this is like slow down, just slow down. Slow down. You may be going too fast where you are missing the signs. Guidance. Like you're missing pure guidance. It is kind of like they're stepping in the middle of your path. Your guides, your angels, like stepping in the middle of your path, putting someone in the middle of your path, something, a challenge. You know, um, I feel for someone this is about things becoming more difficult with a certain, maybe what you feel is destiny. I want this. But yet, I keep running up against these blocks, these walls. And I get over that wall, get this period of time, and then when you know it, there's a wall twice the size. And I'm looking at these walls like they're my challenge to get over, to climb over. Um, it's almost I'm reading, my signals crossed when it comes to where I feel my guidance is, telling me to go forward, but yet wall after wall, and they become bigger and bigger and bigger in some way. Your wall can be a million different things, but it's the walls are representative of the universe putting these obstacles in front of you to stop you, to redirect you. So, how do you know if this is for you? Take a moment and just think back. I don't know how far back. I would say a year at least. And, look at the walls. Are they becoming bigger and bigger and bigger? So, as you're going along, right, on this journey, working toward your goal, are these walls becoming bigger or are they becoming smaller? Are the challenges becoming easier because of the wisdom I'm gaining and so on and so forth? Or is it becoming harder and harder and harder and harder? I just need to look at that. For each, to each their own. But I feel like someone's like climbing up this mountain to reach a certain destination, and that destination isn't up there. It's down in the valley. Um, let's read. Let's read it from the book. They're short, but it's always good to get the perspective of the creator, which is Doreen Virtue, by the way. These are the Romance Angel Oracle cards, and I'll hold it up as I read. The Romance Angels sent you this card to help you notice the unhealthy or disconcerting parts of your relationship. If you are swept up in a new romance, this card serves as a cautionary warning. Pay attention to your feelings and impressions with regard to your new suitor. Don't I'm looking at the word suitor, and I don't know why, but I was thinking to myself, there's probably some young subscribers here who you're like, what suitor? What's that? I find it an old-fashioned term, but I like it. Okay, anyway. Pay attention to your feelings and impressions with regard to your new suitor. Don't allow emotion to blind you to characteristics or habits that won't work for you in a relationship. A red flag is a sign that something is off. It can include an indication of dishonesty, disrespect, flirtatiousness with others, substance abuse, or lack of integrity. While your new love interest may treat you wonderfully well in the beginning of your relationship, it's vital that you watch how he or she treats others. Someone's basic character is revealed by the way in which he or she talks or acts with restaurant staff. Absolutely so true. And other miscellaneous individuals. It's so funny because when I go on a date, I feel like I've always been this way. If the man, if we get out of the table, we get the bill, we're leaving. If he walks in front of me, chances are I won't see him again. If he, waits for me to go in front of him, chances are I will see them again. And it may be so silly to some people, but to me, it is, I I don't know, it's just respect, but it's also, it shows me that the man has this, and listen, I know it could all be fake too. I know that, but I still don't feel like a man would do that. A protective nature to them. You know, I don't know. I'm reading too much into it, but it is honestly, if the man will gets out and just walks in front of, just goes, chances are that would be the last time. Okay, I'm so sorry. Where were we at? If you're in an existing relationship, these red flags may signal a need for an honest, mutual discussion or couples counseling. This card doesn't necessarily guide you to leave a relationship. Red flags can be markers along the path of healing. The romance angels will guide you to take steps that are healthy for everyone involved. So do follow your intuition. Okay, we'll leave it out. Hmm. So we opened the reading with the Fool. I like that. You know, this is a new beginning. This is taking a chance. Taking a chance, even though you know, I can't see past the front of my shoes. Step by step. This is the ability to truly leave the past in the past, but really mean it and live that way. Can you forget? I think you can. I can. I can remember, but I can let it go. Starting anew is what it is. It's starting anew. Maybe starting anew even in the way, you know, the way you approach something. You know, the Fool can be a little careless. But I always feel the Fool knows, feels intuitively that there are guides along his journey. The Fool is before, you know, you can look at the Fool like a baby, like before the weight of the world is placed upon someone's shoulders. This is before that. This is the feeling before that. And this is the feeling that we really should live in, because this is living fearlessly. You know, I feel like the Fool is saying, like, you know, whatever happens, happens. We'll recover. We'll pop up and be the Fool again. That's what it's about. I have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Queen and King, I often feel, is of your age, around your age, similar, similar backgrounds sometimes, something that would connect you. She is an active person, jumps into action. If there's something she wants, she goes after it. Definitely follows her intuition, even has mastered it and lives by it. She could certainly be a leader in some way. I have the Four of Pentacles. I feel like someone may be leaving this Queen of Wands, to be honest. Walking away from her or him. Leaving the home. You could be the Queen of Wands and you're leaving. I feel like someone is leaving what is stable? Something that's stable. Now, maybe more, as I say stable, I mean like the financially, right? So I'm walking away from what could be an easy life, except for, whether I have fallen out of love with someone. So, together we make a comfortable life, but and for some of you, I feel like you are walking away with very little. You know what I mean? Like maybe literally a knapsack. But that doesn't seem to be a problem. Will be a problem coming up? I don't know yet. But like at the moment, just like, I don't know, I guess there's a sense of freedom. Listen, you could be leaving a parent's home. Just, you could be leaving a home that you've been like, just know has not been right for you. The location has not been right for you. Because it could certainly be travel included with that. But I got the Five of Pentacles on the bottom, and I often feel like that is also about leaving a current structure. But structure's not that great. Some of you could certainly be on this path of like discovery, and traveling. Like traveling to maybe different countries, but I feel like you're discovering, like you're on a path of discovery. And you're not, it's not really to discover yourself, but it's just going to happen. I definitely feel someone is leaving a sound structure, and you're traveling across the world because you are, it's like, I want to say you're planting lettuce. because that's what I'm imagining. You like lettuce, you're planting it. And I definitely feel like you are part of an organization, helping with poverty. But I feel like, teaching though. So showing, teaching them how to plant. I'm teaching them maybe horticulture, I don't know, through my actions. They're learning also. Okay, well, thank you. I want to say you got the sun at your back. It's going to be a good experience. Great experience. Well, Gemini, I don't know why, but I have to like work hard to get your cards. But I am picking up like a lot of little messages too. Sometimes when I don't get a card, I feel like there's something I'm still missing. So my focus can't be distracted. For someone, I also feel like I do feel like some type of finances came in, some type of help. I kind of feel like it's something financially came in, went through, that now allows you to follow this new journey, this new path, your dream. And I feel like it's either just coming in or you are just getting prepared to move on it. We have the Eight of Wands. These wands feel like direction to me, like showing me the way. This is something that's coming in towards you and it's coming super quick. For some of you, I just want to say real quick, I don't know why I'm picking this up. I normally don't get this kind of thing, but I feel like for some of you, you're in for one heck of a snowstorm. But I feel like it's traveling really quick. So it may come in and dump snow and then psh, it's gone. And I don't feel anything bad about that, just like, hey, you're about to have a big snowstorm. And definitely check the weather if you're traveling. Like, check ahead as much as you can. Know the area that you're traveling into. If like you're traveling into New England, let's say. We are in winter, and chances are you're going to be driving into or flying into snow, rain, or cold weather. It can be beautiful. But I feel like if you're driving, or even on plane, I guess, there could be delays. Um, and give yourself plenty of time to get to, if you're going to an airport, to get to that airport. Okay, so I don't know, somebody may be traveling through snow. But again, it's in and out. I feel like if you get delayed in your travel, delayed in some way, you're meant to be delayed. I don't know if it's to save your life. I feel like it's more about a delay is happening because there's something maybe you didn't wrap up that you had planned to, something you didn't say that you wanted to. So it's like one last opportunity. And I feel like you were sitting in like that regret, like, oh man, why didn't I? Too late now. And then somehow this delay comes up and gives you the time that you need. Will you take advantage of it? That's up to you. But, I mean, I feel like if the universe was like putting the brakes on, you might want to consider it. And again, it could just be like, did I say my goodbyes? Or there's something that I wanted to say to a certain person that, I held back. I held back. Look at that. With the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. So something good is coming in. Something of value is coming in toward you. Something is happening quickly to you, for you, and it's got carries value. Um, I don't know, Gemini. It feels a little magical. Some of you may actually truly connect with someone telepathically. And I feel like if I'm talking to you, it's like you wonder sometimes, like, are they are they picking up the messages I'm sending? So I don't know. I feel like it. Sometimes I don't. That type of thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Something's going to change. Something's going to come in. Wow. Okay. So, boop, quickly. Where you have that ability comes in. It's not that it comes in because you had it. It's like it's like a pilot light, right? The pilot light comes on and phew, the whole furnace ignites, right? Just waiting for that little pilot light. Phew, everything begins. High Priestess. Wow. So this is really a spiritual journey, guys. Especially with the Queen of Wands next to the Fool, I feel like, you know, especially the High Priestess now. Two major arcanas, one coming in, one going out. So it's important. Um, I don't know. Like, I feel like saying someone's getting their wings. They're getting their wings. And this may be you. Like, maybe you're finding your purpose, you know, your earth angel, a type of energy. And again, it's like, so I've heard that, right? You know, I've heard you can connect with people telepathically. I heard, you know, that there are earth angels. I hear that. I read that. But you know, beyond that, I've never really had a connection to it. And something, something changes it all. I don't know if it happens overnight, as in like everything comes in, but I feel like the connection with someone else, you know, I don't know. Maybe you are practicing it and bam. So, you know, clear mind for that. I have 3 of Pentacles coming out in its own. This is a card of creativity. You know, sometimes needing to ask for help along a journey. I don't know why, but for some of you, I feel like this is the banker um, saying yes to teaming up with you in some way, somehow. Whether they're just financing you, and this banker could be, um, for some, it could be like a mom or dad. And I feel like there's a few of you who may have gotten a bonus at work, or either a bonus or a an advance, and you're using it for a particular thing. And I have to say, I feel like all kinds of creative ideas flowing to you. Um, Different ways of making money. Also, I feel like for a lot of you, it's like all these different ideas of ways that I could not necessarily have to make money, but I can improve my my world, my material world, my earthly world. How you gonna know if that's for you? Well, let me tell you, it's all within your intuition. Because you know, I do feel like if it's for you, I do feel like you were guided here. And I don't say that very often, you know, because I don't want to be that person. But I do feel like I feel like you were guided here because it's almost like I can see your path, right? And like, whoop, okay, I gotta stop here, gain what knowledge I can gain, you know, what I need to do, move to the next stop. To you, it doesn't feel that way. To you, it's just like continuous motion. You know, if you're thinking of putting your money somewhere, investing it, a big purchase in the month of December, you know, especially with Mercury retrograde, I don't know, like, just have all your ducks in a row. Because in a way, I kind of feel like it won't really affect you, but yet here I am talking about it. And I wasn't thinking about it, you know what I mean? So, um, I guess just, have all your ducks in a row. Dot your I's, cross your T's. Make sure no one's pulling the wool over your eyes, though. The energy I have in front of me, I don't think that's possible. Doesn't mean someone won't try, but I just don't think it's possible to pull the wool over your eyes um, for a while. I was gonna say December, but I feel like it's for a while. Maybe forever, and maybe that's part of this new journey. I have a different perspective. I have a different way of looking at life. Here's the Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I wasn't even gonna look, but that's okay because it's clear. It's clear that for some of you, you're in that Ten of Wands energy, and when you're in it, it's hard to take advice. When you're in it, you truly have to be like searching for that glimmer of light because it's there, but we can get so far into it like it's going to end our lives. And I don't know, I had this thought last night, and it's funny because I thought to myself, I should talk about that in the reading. But I thought to myself, if you think back to every person you've been with that's hurt you, romantically, let's say, and you think back to the beginning of when you first connected and the magic, it felt magical, right? But it didn't just happen with one person. So you have this connection with different people. But the end is never like the beginning. And why is that? I feel like, well, that's our fault. That's where we come in as in, it's like if you live on the ocean your whole life, you stop seeing the ocean. You guys see it. I don't know. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know why. Why I said all that. And I'm looking at the fool who's looking right back at the pay attention to the red flag card. And I'm reminded that the fool can be sometimes a little careless, moving ahead carelessly. But it's not a fault. Anyway, I feel like, the message is continue to move ahead, but, have yourself grounded in the meantime. So go for the adventure, but, keep yourself grounded. I don't know why, I just pictured like a surfer dude, like some guy out surfing the ocean and then comes in and 20 minutes later starts meditating or doing yoga. He doesn't care who's around him. You know what I mean? He's doing it for him. Okay. Let's break it down. I feel like it's already broken down. But I'm sure there's more to come. Alright, let's start at the full. Let's start at the beginning. feel like someone might be like waving a white flag, which is, a sign of surrender. But not in a bad way. It's, it's a recognition of this isn't getting us anywhere type of action, right? Like a surrender. I see, I get it. I have the Empress and the Eight of Swords. So coming on the full is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a self-created energy, of non-movement. It is the type of energy of, not really wanting to deal with something. But it's right there. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to face it. I don't want to have communication about it. For some, it's like being in your head, thinking, or being in that mode where needing it to come down to someone saying, okay, well, you're right, and not being willing to move beyond that. So I need to be told that I'm right. I feel like for someone, be careful, because I feel like you may be saying to someone that they're with some, like, how do I want to say this? I don't know. I'm just going to say, like, you feel like they may be loving another woman, loving another man. And I feel like you are not willing to move forward until they acknowledge that. But here's the thing. They're not. Not the energy I'm picking up. They're not doing what you say they're doing. So for them to come in and say you're right when you're not, think about that. So if I tell you you're right, that I'm cheating, then what's coming next? But when I tell you you're wrong, you refuse to hear me. What do I do? You gotta look above it. You gotta look above the situation. You gotta see what's playing out in front of you. And that's the thing, you don't want to see this. Now, it could certainly be someone you're dealing with going through this. But there's an awareness of it, but yet a denial of it. So it's there, but I'm denying it. My subconscious is sending me these dreams, showing me how wrong I am. But when I'm awake, I'm denying it. So you have a chance to heal this, to see it and to heal it. And this goes both ways again, because I feel like the Empress is really coming out with her healing energy, her understanding. I'm so cold. It was cold in my last reading too. I got like a blanket wrapped around me. You know what the funny thing is here is I don't know. I don't know how to say this. There's two people who clearly are connected, but they're, so far they've only seen the surface you, and you the same with them. Now you may have gotten a little deeper, each one of you, but both of you, it's like I know 20% about you, and it may seem like a lot, but there's 80% of your life, of you, your characteristics, your true desires that I have yet to find out. Why? Well, I know why, because you're afraid if you just let yourself go, it's like you're going to be ripped apart. You're going to be cut to shreds. But it doesn't have to be that way. And you don't have to think like that. And what it's doing, it is creating misery in your life. I mean, it just is. And if this is not you, then I want you to understand what this other person, um, where they're at and how they're thinking and um, why they're stuck. And I kind of do feel like I may have two different people. Like one, one is able to put that past behind him, and the other one is still stuck in the energy of, you know, not allowing someone in. And I feel like who I'm talking to, you know, you don't allow people in. You don't allow people deep. And I feel like part of you knows this because I feel like then because of that, and listen, that's a fear. There's something that you're afraid that someone's going to see within you and judge you, right? Um, but you got to release that judgment from yourself because you're judging yourself by putting that fear within you. Anyway, um, the bottom line is these two people that I have here, if because one has the ability to put things in the past and let it go. Let's bury the past. Let's just start with today's energy and let's rebuild. Let's make the structure strong from today, moving forward. Can you do that? And I feel like someone is looking at you as the Empress. Like I know that Gemini has all these characteristics, these qualities. I know it. I know Gemini on a soul level. Gemini doesn't know that, doesn't think it's possible. But I've seen it. I've felt it. And I just wish he could see themselves as I see them. The Empress, strong, can overcome, doesn't regret the challenges that are placed in front of her, right? Doesn't bitch about them, moan about them, understands that every challenge that comes in front of her is there for a purpose. You know, it's not just the universe like, let's just throw Susie another challenge, you know, throwing them out. It's all for your growth, all of it. Okay. Man, I hope this isn't a reading where I feel like I'm lecturing. Um, and understand, this is coming from my higher self. My lower self doesn't know a lot of this. I have the Three of Cups. I have the Five of Pentacles. And I have the World card. You know, were you meant to go down this path? Were you meant to have the pain that you have, had the experiences that, you know, the hard experiences that you had? You know, was that destiny? Well, maybe not. But you started on the path of destiny, right? But then you have free will. And as you move through your free will, um, it doesn't mean destiny doesn't come back and intertwine with it, right? It just readjusts, much like you readjust, right? I come to crossroads. I have two ways of going here, you know? I can take a right, and, you know, that's the lane of comfort. Been there, done it, don't have to think about it, you know, rather be alone. Don't have to put any effort into that. Or I take a left. It's the lane of love. You know, I go down that lane and just think about all the wonderful experiences, and as you grow as a couple, um, and you get to the point where no one knows you like the other, and you know, you are their everything, and they are your everything. But with that comes risk, right? Because free will still exists on either. Do I just not go down that path because of something that may happen? It's happened before. But it's a completely different path. You know, you're not repeating the same path. It's a new path. You've created this new avenue. It's just that some of that energy is following, but you're still on this new path. I mean, it's always developing. It's always developing, and at any moment, you can make changes at any moment. So, you know, I feel like I'm building a road. And, like, if I wanted to throw color into it, I could, at any moment, just throw down color chips. I don't know, guys. I have my chair so super high. I don't know why. Okay. I feel like somebody is totally basing future decisions on past hurts. I feel like you don't want to do that. You know what I mean? It's like I don't feel like I don't want to be that way. I don't want to feel that way. Because remember, I do feel like for some that it's self created. And you know, the catalyst is fear. And, it's like that mirror, like someone not letting you get to know them, but in reality, you're shut down. So I'm expecting the opposite of what I am to happen. And it's just not going to happen, right? Because likes attract alike. This is the ability of pulling out of that energy also, though. And yeah, maybe you need a little help. Again, don't be afraid to ask. And it's funny because that's what I felt the Three of Pentacles is here for. For some of you, it's like, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. Or don't be afraid to research, and get others' opinions and then base your decision based on the average. No, you base it on your intuition. But the universe is sending you signs. And the World card being here tells me that this time period, I'm really feeling that way. A lot of times it's this feeling more wounded than the warrior, right? Because you're both. You're the warrior. Yes, you carry wounds, but it doesn't stop you, right? This person does reach out. Help shows up. They're praying and then somehow help shows up. You do have to ask them. Remember that. From what I understand, your angels can't like just drop in and change things, so to speak, without you asking. So ask, request. Because this tells me that time period is due to end. You're moving into something new. This also tells me that, wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, in time, you'll understand. You'll clearly be able to see, if you're using your logical mind and not your wounded heart, you can clearly see the pattern. And it's like you can see the roadmap of where you were and where it took you. Where are you today that there's no way and how you would be if A and B didn't happen? I know that energy completely. I tell myself, like, why does this one certain thing have to happen? And then it's clear to me that if it didn't happen, I would not be doing this today. And I know that. So it was a learning period for me, evidently. You do grow through your pain. Anyway, this is knowing all that, being able to put in a little knapsack and taking it into the future, saying, okay, I'm just taking my wisdom going forward and I'm going to start enjoying my life. How much time do I have? Right? With or without someone. Look at that. With the Tower and away the Ace of Swords. For someone, I feel like this is the truth. This is the truth revealed to you about why something had to happen, why something had to come down, crash. You know, maybe what you feel like is destroyed your life. Why? Why did it have to happen? I feel like this is your own truth coming in, but this could also be the truth from another. Whatever this is, you know, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to get regrounded again, centered. You know, are you seeking this truth out? You may be. But nonetheless, the universe brings in a tower, and through that tower comes revelation. Always, always. Tower always brings a blessing. So, something that this is positive. This is a big influence in your decisions going forward. Something had to end. Probably against your will, or not the way you wanted it to happen. You know, this is out of your control. But now it's making sense. And that alone is everything. Definitely recenters you. You know, and I have the world right beside it. So I can't say that this wasn't somewhat of your making or of your wishes. You know, some wanting something to end, you know, maybe forcing it. Um, Sometimes it's because we can't do it ourselves, or, you know, whatever the reason. The universe gives us a helping hand. But there's always a blessing behind that and in front of that. Okay. Judgment. My God, this is truth. Universal truth. It's like the universe is saying, you're right, Sandy. This is all about the truth. Universal truth. You know, who you are in a core level, who you are in a soul level. I can tell you that, you know, whatever did crash down around you, um, I feel like either family could have been involved, or they agree with the fact that it needed to come down. For some of you, these are loved ones who have already passed, but they are also in agreement that something needed to come down, something needed to change. You know, it is a form of an awakening for you. And I do feel like, you know, I'm so cold. Guys, I think I'm going to have to turn it on. This is actually a heater. It looks like a little fireplace. It's so cute. But it's a heater because my room is so cold. It does have a fan, so you're going to hear it. And I apologize, but it's like I almost feel like I can't go on. But I don't want to stop. Okay, so excuse me 1 second. Okay. All right. I hope you know you're gonna hear the fan in the background, and nothing I can do. I'm just so cold. Okay, let's keep moving. So, you know, I'm picking up about family. Some family members have passed on, and the next energy that follows is, you know, spiritual downloads. Um, Information, things coming to you very quickly. You know, almost like, what the, what just hit me? You know, like, what was that type of energy? Like, whoosh, but everything's different. Yeah, it's like you need to hear something. You need to hear something. You know, if you're questioning something within yourself, you're like, I don't know, like worth, you know, and it could certainly stem from childhood, you know, mistakes that your parents made. Um, and you know that they beg for your forgiveness, right? You know that, and they have been forgiven. I don't know why I'm saying it like, oh my God. Just feel like some people are going to be like so mad, but they have been forgiven. You know, they've been cleansed. So, in other words, they have seen their ways, they have seen their impact on you, um, and would change that if they could. And, you know, in some way, somehow, probably in some way, somehow, you know, I feel like in your next life will make it up to you. I do feel like the connection has been since the beginning of time. And I feel like I'm talking about family members here, so like, you know, mother and child doesn't mean that a mother has always been your mother. It can be many different, you know. But there's been that connection, life to life. So you are your catalyst for each other, to help each other grow. And sometimes, listen, sometimes our catalysts can bring in the hardest lessons, and they are there to help us grow. And please don't send comments about, you don't know about my mother. You're right, I don't know, and I'm not passing judgment on anyone. Take my words for what they're meant to be, okay? Because this is not me who has forgiven them. This is not me, who has cleansed them. This is source, much beyond me. Anyway, they know their ways. They see what they've done. And I want to say, try to accept that so that you can move on and clear that. My God, what a difference it'll make in your life. What a big, it's like a big chunk of coal stuck to you. Like, you've been carrying it around, you know, and you can let it go and just be free. Okay, with that, had the moon, card of Pisces. You know, that's a card of not knowing all the truth, you know, feeling kind of like I am moving on blind faith, but not always feeling like confident in that. This is also on the opposite of that is illumination. Illumination over the things that you need to know now. Things that you're allowed to know now. Things that are now due to come onto your path because you're heading in towards. Listen, this is a spiritual path, no doubt. And I don't care, like, it doesn't even matter what scenario. This is about a spiritual path. It is about, ultimately, it's about awareness, but not just a linear. time, but it's about awareness. The moon. You know, I'm really noticing the crab in the moon card, and I always think that the moon card is Pisces. I know it's Pisces, um, but I always feel Cancer. Excuse me, in that too. And I feel here, I feel like it's half and half. To be honest, like half people is for Pisces, half is for Cancer, and everyone is the moon. I have the Princess of Wands. Beautiful. I have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. So, you know, look at this path, this journey, the steps that we've taken already. Look where it's leading to, right? Look at what I had to come out of, to the point where the Tower comes in. But it brings clarity and awareness and truth. It brings forgiveness. It brings understanding for others. It brings a lot. And it is what needed to happen for this new time period, timeline to begin. Because there's no room for all this within the fold, within the journey. So I take it, right? Extract the lessons out of it. And, you know, I use my logical mind to keep keep the awareness towards red flags. But I'm not expecting them. I'm not living for them. But if they're there, I'll see them. I don't know, Gemini. I don't know. I mean, there is just some kind of truth that's coming to you that sets you free, that sets you in motion again, that fires you up, stirs, for some of you, stirs this passion towards another. It's definitely moving you towards your dreams. You know, and listen, if this is a major dream, well, then the major lessons needed to be learned before I enter into it because it's sacred, so to speak. So to speak, you know, so this is just me cleansing and dropping off. It's much like a rocket going to space, right? It's got to drop certain parts of it to continue to go further and further and further. So you're moving towards your dreams, and clarity is coming. Different forms for different people. You know, it and again, it's like after the bang, everything makes sense. Everything starts moving. Even financially, you know, financially, in your material world, let's say at least, you're moving more towards a period where you're going to feel grateful, thankful. You're going to feel fulfilled, both emotionally, but also within your material world. I feel like many of you are just beginning here. Even if this is like an existing relationship coming back, it's still the beginning. And I'm best to treat it that way. It can signify that there can be challenges, not major, just little things we need to work out, but keep it light and airy, it'll work out. I want to see, you know, and I just want to say, whatever epiphanies you're receiving, and to me, epiphanies are like brilliant ideas that just come to me. And sometimes I think, now, did I really think that up? My higher self, yes. But they're ideas, they're ways to move you forward towards something that is greatly beneficial for you, and a lot of times greatly beneficial for others. And you're in that mode right now. But it just feels like the movement forward is like so much more light and airy. But you had to go through the dark. The Empress doesn't just become the Empress. She's got to pay her dues. But boy, she keeps that heart open. She's loved a lot of people. A lot of people have loved her. And she just understands that not everything works out. Not all are meant to be. For the moment, they are. And she moves swiftly. She sets an example. You know, so for some, it's like set an example for your children. I have the Two of Wands. So, some of you, this Ace of Pentacles is something you've been waiting for. And I feel like, you know, something you've been waiting for coming your way. And you may have, you may have had to wait, but there's a reason for that. And, don't overthink it. I have the Five of Swords. Wow. And I have the King of Cups. So, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. For some of you, I feel like you may have another Gemini or Virgo. I feel like someone's waiting for someone to, I don't know whether it's apologize or just to open up their heart. Open up a line of communication, definitely. But through that line of communication, a better way of communicating to each other. And I feel like someone, it's almost like I'm standing at this crossroads saying to myself, okay, if I go forward, which version of this person will I get? Will I get this, will I get the open, loving, or at least willing to work on that person? Or will I get the ego-based, the one who just seems like to throw comments at me that like cut me like a knife? Which version will I get? For some of you, well, I was going to say Cancer, but, I feel like King of Cups represents Cancer. Moving into the Cancer full moon. And it is a time of, it's a better way of communicating versus the Gemini full moon. It works out great. Yet I feel that, I do feel that hesitation, like, almost like, you know, send me a guarantee. How can I be guaranteed? I know that you can't be guaranteed. Um, and you know what? I think the answer is, if you've done the work up here, then you'll be met with the King of Cups. Then you'll be met with, and even if you're not met with that, you can quickly turn it into open and loving versus daggers. Okay? Um, because I don't feel like there's a fear down here except within you. So I feel pretty confident this person's coming on the up and up. I really do. Or you're going to them on the up and up. Everyone's being on the up and up. Yet here's still some fear that exists. Which will I receive? King of Cups is looking towards the future. Five of Swords is flat on the ground. So, you know, that energy's dead. It's dead. Dead. No need to re-erect it, right? Because it is dead. But I am noticing new growth around these swords, so I feel like I have to be aware of that. You know, let's face it, we're Gemini, and we can be tough. We can be tough with our you know, quick responses. But we can cut deep. But on the other end of that, you know, we can send you the most amazing, beautiful, tear-jerking letter you've ever received in your life. Because this all stems from emotions, right? I have these 7 of Pentacles. So it's what you asked for. It's what we asked for. You know, this path is the path of our seeds, our intentions coming to life, our prior thoughts now in front of us. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Well, that's what happened, because you knew it was going to happen. Now you just got to put your belief behind love. I knew love was pure. I knew it. I knew it. I knew love could feel like this. I knew it. I just knew it. It was worth the wait. So, and not just that, but, you know, when you look at this, you have to understand that patience was a part of this lesson, a major part of it. You know, were people pushing it quicker, sooner than it was meant to move? You know, maybe. Everything that happened was part of a seed. You know, and the good news is you can plant a new seed right now, right this minute. Put belief behind it, trust, let it go, and I guarantee you it'll show up. This man has 2 pentacles in his hands. So these seeds that we're planting, you know, they're about me and someone else. This isn't about just me. This is a journey that I'm prepared and wanting to take with another. And you know, I'm looking at the 5 of Swords, which is now behind his back. So that's the past. I have these seeds in my hand. I can plant, you know, that energy is still like on his back. If he chooses to turn around and acknowledge it again, does that then become that seed that he's going to put in the ground? Or does he go on his true belief that this time it is different, that we're going to make a difference and follow that seed? I want to look at this King of Cups before we move on. I have the Five of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So this is clearly someone that you were connected to before. And in the Five of Wands, I often feel like they're, it's just, it's back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And nothing gets solved, nothing gets fixed, and we fight about it again. The refrigerator's broken, honey. Well, I remember when you flirted with so-and-so back in 1977. What? You know what I mean? Like, the fights weren't about the issue at hand any longer. Everything started to come into it. Difficult. 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 And you know what? It's almost like it's, I feel like both parties, like, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame it didn't work out. But both parties really, at that point, you needed a break. It is kind of like the universe had to step in. Not necessarily because, two people were just like, can't see eye to eye here, who, by the way, used to, definitely used to. No, this is something about, what happened in between, like what has taken place within your life from, after the breakup to today. How has it changed? Where is your growth? Do you feel like you could be better in a relationship now? Because remember, we have to be what it is we want. Can't expect someone to be all loving towards me and I be, right? It's not going to happen. Maybe for a little bit, but eventually a person's going to be like, forget it. Well, I need to go where my love is accepted and given back. Anyway, there was a need, I see that there was a need to separate. And I feel like part of it is the lessons learned in between. The lessons weren't over. You may have created new lessons too. But anyway, so that, though it doesn't seem like an opportunity, that was the opportunity to look at, clarify, heal, and let go. So you kind of have to look at, where am I along that journey? Because I cannot get to this open, beautiful, loving relationship and have this energy attached to me. What will happen is just like the world and the tower. Just keep repeating the same. A new chance, crashes. New chance, crashes. New chance, crashes. There has to be an awareness. And by the way, I don't know if things got bad enough or what, but I do feel like the universe had your family's support behind it. I'm going to leave that there. Okay. Let's look at the High Priestess. So we all know the veil is thinning quickly. The ability to see through it, Akashic records, awareness coming more, I don't know if I want to say to the surface, but the sparks of awareness are there. You know, going back to the energy of someone becomes telepathic like that. So I feel like this is the type of the energy the High Priestess is introducing. Like, this is the type of energy you're moving into, and it is a spiritual energy. And you know, maybe that's why earlier those who may have someone who is religious, right, and you're spiritual, and you couldn't see eye to eye on here. But I feel like before it's like forcing. You know, I had somebody say to me one time, and I think you guys know this, that doing reading tarot was very bad. I am Catholic, and that reading tarot is very bad. I don't believe that, and I don't call myself a prophet in any way. This is all potential, right? Potential, depending on what energy we feed. Um, but anyways, what was my point? My point is, I could have argued and argued. We could have argued and argued and argued and argued about it. But I just disagreed and left it there. I didn't try to push it down his throat. You know, my thought is, if you ever come to this or watch my readings, you'll come to it on your own, right? But on the other hand, he does try to push his religion a little down mine. He's also Catholic, but very to the Bible. You know, God is an angry God. I totally don't believe that. God is a loving God. Anyway, my point is that alone could have destroyed a relationship, right? But I just kind of let it be. I do what I do, period. I listened. You know, I did. I listened. I, what's the word I want to say? I considered it, definitely. I may have even made a few changes in my readings. Um, but in no way is it gonna. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, guys. I feel like you probably already know. Okay, look at that with the Ten of Pentacles. This is really about your foundation this month. This is really about allowing you to really feel good within your foundation. You know, it's the payoff after the long journey. You know, it's that nice, warm, hot bubble bath after being outside in the cold all day. You know, you rightfully earned it. You walked the steps, right? And then we have Three of Wands. Beautiful. So this is about feeling optimistic about what lies ahead. This is getting into the energy of, I don't need to know it all, right? I don't need to know it all. I'm excited for the adventure, almost, of not knowing, but trusting. This is definitely trusting your intuition. You always, right? Always. Um, but trusting it and letting go of the fear of, is that my intuition, is, or is it my imagination? It's like being able to let go and just know. Listen, you're putting yourself in the position of landing in the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like I want to say to you, like right now, like feel it, see it, be it, feel it, see it, be it, because it is through energy. It's through the energy. It's through your connection. Your connection to your higher self, your connection to source, your connection to all of us, right? And maybe this is you really at this point, absolutely knowing it. Look at that, the Eight of Wands coming down on that. Jumping right over those hurdles. With room to spare. Bring it on, world. You've been here before. You've done this before. You have the experience. You're not alone. And I feel like for many of you, this next part of your journey, the next leg of your journey, you are with a like-minded person. Could be the love of your life, twin flame, soulmate, but what I need you to know is like-minded. So, it tells me, again, as in the Three of Wands, notice where your energy is at, because you're manifesting, right? Moving yourself along this journey. But as you're doing this, picture yourself in the Ten of Pentacles. Be it, see it, feel it. I don't know. I feel like for someone it's like, you got to start laughing back at the challenges. Just laugh in their face. And I just have to say, this is a twin flame journey. It's showing the difficulty of it. It's showing, well, we have strength, card of Leo, card of overcoming. And being, and being able to overcome. Finding that inner strength within, finding that inner lioness, roar, This is overcoming. And, what's beautiful about this is when you find that strength, which you have, that ability to cope and to overcome, you have that forever. And I think I'm saying that because I do feel like any challenges that are ahead of you, it's like you're like, ha ha ha, like, been there, done that. I can just hop right over that, where other people are like struggling. So, you're further along. You're an old soul. And maybe remembering that helps bring out that ability to really overcome. Okay, I'm going to do any final messages. Let's pick these up. I think I'm gonna get a different deck. You know, I never use these really as clarifier, but I'm not really doing clarifier. I'm gonna do final messages. See if anything else needs to come out. And they're already shuffled, so we can just go right to town. Final messages. I have the Four of Cups. I have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and it doesn't have to be any of them. Look at that, it has Six of Cups. So, you know, someone's in that thought process right now about someone from their past. Right now. And I do feel like right now, thinking about, thinking about coming back. You know, and they're also in that, like, like a final stage of seeing oneself within a situation, right? Because we go through these steps, and usually the last step is like, okay, we got to now look at ourselves. And I feel like someone is like looking at all of that, but it's based on love, and I feel like they are in the energy of good thoughts about you. So not anger and that, good thoughts. And I do feel like, you know, the more they think these good thoughts about you, the more that they end up missing you. Page, oh, Princess of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles. It's almost like you needed to set off on this journey of exploration, of higher learning. You know, it's like you just needed it. It's just who you are. It is your path. It's part of that path. You know, there's parts of our path that I don't feel like we can change. Because I kind of feel like this is what there's something that you have learned. You've learned this. And listen, whatever this is taken you far. Perhaps very far in this life, you know, like financially, and you may just do tremendous. But I feel like it's taken you far in your spiritual journey too. So this growth that I have, I don't know. It's almost like when you go home, you move up a level. I don't know. I want to look at this person for real quick. And again, this person could be a fire sign, sun, moon, rising. But this is someone who is thinking about taking action. This is someone who, you know, the passion is, I don't want to say died, but it's being brought back. And listen, you know, I'm not going to say the universe didn't have a hand in here, because I definitely feel like the universe did. Then was like a little fairy just touched him, little fairy dust, and all of a sudden, thinking about you again. That's a little extreme. Could have happened. Okay, anyway. I have the Two of Pentacles, and I have the Six of Wands. So yeah, this person's definitely deciding whether to make movement towards you, or you towards them, you know, wherever you fall in the reading. You know, they are dealing with their own challenges, and, you know, they need to overcome them. Some, it may be a financial issue. Some of them may be traveling to you, towards you, and money may have been an obstacle in the past, and, you know, whatever the reason, like, boom. I feel like I also have like a divine feminine, masculine, and one of them is saying that, okay, so one of the fears is, you know, so, you know, I feel like you might be the runner, and maybe you don't think you are. Maybe you think you're the chaser, but it's like you chase, get what you want, and then run. Or you throw blocks in front of your path and you claim it's the universe, but it's you. And I feel like this person knows that, but understands it. You know, knows it's coming from fear, but nonetheless, um, so that's one of their fears. So you know that going in, like, I do feel like you need to make a decision right away. Like, are you going to stick it? Because I feel like somebody's thinking that, like, will they be with me forever? Are they going to be with me till the end? And that's all they're interested in. They're not interested in a 3-month relationship. This is, will this person be with me till the end? And I feel like you automatically want to say yes. I feel like just take a moment and ask yourself, is that what you want to the end? Do you feel that? Or is this a catch and release? I feel very few it's a catch and release, but I do feel like there are a few. Okay. Ugh. Um, we'll look at the King of Wands. Even though I already know what he's doing. He or she, by the way. You know, and this is the one who is about to make the move. I have the Ten of Wands. So they're struggling with something. Um, you know, they're going through some type of struggle. For some of you, this is how, you know, how they've been feeling since you two of you broke up. You may have broken up with them. Because I feel like for someone out there, you have someone coming back, and I think you want them back. But I do feel like you did, you know, the split up caused them a lot of pain. And then I have the devil came out with that card of Capricorn, card of karma. You know, having to travel through it, so to speak, right? You gotta go through it. There's no detour. Look at that, it's Ten of the Wands and the devil attached. Someone may have been with in a karmic relationship, and God, they wanted to end. They wanted to end. Or it's an attachment to something. Something's got a hold on their life. They feel like something's got a hold on their life, and it's not welcomed. It's a burden. They almost feel like they deserve it. That's wild. They don't, but they feel like it. They're ashamed of something. As someone who, they're ashamed of something. Maybe I don't know. They're ashamed. It's funny now. I gotta like go deeper. I gotta figure this out. I have the Seven of Cups. You know what? And I kind of felt like someone was attached to something. Like alcohol or drugs or something that was holding them down. And they're aware of that. Then the Seven of Cups comes up here. And yeah, for some of this, it could be someone who, you found was very flirtatious. Whatever it is, they're recognizing it. They see it. They see it. And not only do they see it, but they feel the weight of it. They feel the weight that they put upon others. So, man, they're like, it's so funny that I was saying about karma because they got to go through it. They got to see it. They got to feel it. They got to know it to match up to your energy. And don't change your energy. Don't lower your energy to help this person. That's not what it's about. It is about this person learning, going through this, right? The dark soul of the night. It's when I learn the most. And I find my biggest strength and growth. But if somebody's going to help me down here, I don't have the drive to pull myself out of it, to look at it so I don't repeat it, right? Someone needs to do that. I have the Chariot. So Cancer again, and Cancer again. There's Cancer all through this reading. And I have the Seven of Pentacles. When will my day come? When will my day come? You know what I love here? Which, I don't know, I find kind of ironic. I have the Devil and the Chariot. I know you can't see it that well, and I will show you. That both kind of remind me of a chariot, right? They have yin and yang, and both. And this I have the Seven of Cups, this I have the Seven of Pentacles. So sevens. And it is almost like a mirror of each other. And it's the energy over here with the Chariot, where it's a belief in my seeds of intention, what I'm doing, in destiny, and I'm learning. This is where my energy is light and clear. I don't want to say light, because there is a sense of joy over here. And over here, it is, it's someone's journey to get through this. And I just want to say that you can love them from afar. If they're dealing with something like this, addictions, something is beyond you because you cannot fix someone who's, don't think you're going to heal someone who's got an addiction. That'll make you believe it. You can love from afar and do much more good sometimes, okay? Anyway, wow, this took a weird turn. But let me tell you something. I kind of do feel like the energy over here is helping to heal the energy over here. So it's almost like whoever gets through this dark night of the soul sooner will have this awareness and then help to lighten this energy, lighten this load. This is through spirituality, though. It's just through sending your light, your love, healing, archangels, right? Archangel Raphael. Take advantage of all that you can do for another. Reiki. I don't know why I'm going into all that. Oh my God, Gemini, I feel like I'm just talking. Yet, everything I'm saying, I feel like I need to say. Okay. All right. I don't want to end it on that, so I am moving into a much lighter energy of the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Look at that. Nine of Pentacles and Temperance. Card of Sagittarius. Card of Virgo. This is about a journey. Self-fulfilling, right? Building up one's own foundation. This is feeling comfortable within your own foundation. This is success for self-employment. Whatever you're putting in towards your foundation will come back at you. So you're multiplying here. Temperance. About divine timing. She's about timing. Right. We can try to push something before it's time. We can try. But does it backfire, keep backfiring on us or something? Because it's like, take your time, my child. Take your time. Enjoy the moments. I always feel Temperance carries a little bit of twin flame energy. And Nine of Pentacles is about the journey of the self-fulfillment. Feeling strong within yourself. Going after your dreams, right? Putting the work in. Like you put the work in. And, this is like the end of the journey or a reward time. So I like the Temperance came out with that because, it's a divine reward, I guess. Mixing of the fire and water. Coming out in the Six of Cups. It's quite splendid. Oh man, come on. We have the Tower again. I just kind of feel like the Tower is, talking about prior. An ending. And I don't know. What the hell? Alright, so I have the Tower. So we know this is about an ending, right? Something needed to come to an end. What feels destructive, but is actually a universal blessing, is to move us towards something bigger, better. It's moving you towards the Nine of Cups. So it's moving you towards what you really, truly desired. Um, take all the crap out of it. Take all the crap away. It was your truest desire, right? It's moving towards it. Well, you weren't moving that way. So it's like the universe is saying, this is the one thing you asked us to do. So we're doing it. And the Five of Wands again. So we're doing it. We're moving you towards it. But look at the two of you. You just fight and fight and fight. We give you what you want. Two of Swords, and you just don't know. We put it in front of you. But then you need to overthink it. You don't trust that this is what you asked for. It may not be showing in the package that you thought. Eight of Cups. So you need to have a desire here, right? You need to have that desire in your belly for more, for bigger, for better, for what it is you want, the person you want, what I want in life. But one thing I say with the Eight of Cups is before you can move forward, because they're going to the Nine of Cups. You already have that Nine of Cups. It's showing us it's possible. But before I can move out of this, I have to have some understanding over those cups of the past. I can't just have them laying all over the place, spilled all over the floor. I have to know what they are. I have to wipe it up. I got to clean it up. And then I can move forward. Some of you literally, have a hard time making a decision here on Earth. I feel like you get much of your clarity through your dreams when you're sleeping. Sun, beautiful. Card Leo again. So Leo a couple times in the reading. Major arcanas with him too. Sun is illumination. It is everything feeling better. I think sometimes like when I lived with my brother in Washington, Bellingham, Washington, for a little while, and it rains there all the time, but it's beautiful. But it rains all the time, and it reminds me of like how we had like 2 weeks of rain in a row, and then one day the sun just came out. And what a glorious day. That's kind of what that feels like. And the Magician. And I have the Six of Pentacles. Well, is this the ultimate lesson? Like, ultimately, what I needed to learn is how to allow someone to truly love me and how to truly love another. This is the energy of putting someone before myself. Not because I have to, but because I want to. Very charitable energy. And, again, I did feel that energy earlier of someone going probably to a third world country, because I feel like you're teaching them how to plant, I feel like. And, maybe the word lettuce will mean something to you, because I did feel, just for a second, a male energy attached to that, doing the same thing. So, I think you're going to have quite an adventure. Anyways, this is a great omen for that, too. This is allowing yourself to be loved and to give love. The Magician, it is so true. You are creating what's going to happen tomorrow, right now, through your desires. But it's like you got to clean up those cups. Just clean them up. Because it's like as soon as you do that, the sun shines. And as soon as that happens, you start manifesting. Your energy changes, and And through that, listen, divine timing happens. So, bottom line, get ready to open your heart and get ready to love, right? Love without condition. Like I love you. I love you guys so much. I'm going to let that be now. Thank you for everything. Um, thank you for your likes, your subscribes, for sure. Ring that little bell if you want notifications. And thank you for your beautiful donations, keeping the channel alive. And thank you just for being so beautiful to each other. It's, I'm just so happy I started this channel. I really am. I'm so glad I found you guys. I'm glad you found me. And I'm glad that we are now back together again. I love you, Gemini. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.